bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. That wasn't part of the deal.
Hey, I'm Raphael. I used to work in the film industry as a professional Steadicam operator until I discovered that I could make any of the movie props that I love using pretty much only that.
That's incredible!
Today I'm gonna show you how to make the Mandalorian helmet from the Mandalorian show using only cardboard, glue, a filler and some chrome mirror paint. And of course, as usual, you find the complete list of everything I use in the description box below, as well as all templates necessary for you to make this impressive helmet yourself at home. Of course, if you've been a long time followers of this channel, you probably know that I already made this helmet long time ago. But today I'm way better at making things out of cardboard, so I wanted to remake it in a way more efficient way for you to be able to make it at home with a way better result. So for this one, I wanted to go the extra mile and painting it fully, which is usually a thing that I don't do on this channel. As you can see on the back, I usually don't paint my props because until recently I thought cardboard wasn't a good fit for paint job. But now that I discovered a few techniques using a filler, I decided to give it a try with this one, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I hope you enjoy that. Now let's dive right into the video.
The first thing to do is cutting out the templates that you find in my shop in the description box below. And using regular glue stick, glue the patterns on your cardboard. And then, using a precision knife, a box cutter or very sharp scissor, cut out the pieces. And of course, you'll have to do that for all the following pieces of this tutorial. First, cut the piece number 1, crush the corrugations of it to make it more malleable, and close the notches with glue. To do so, I used a cheap 15-watt hot glue gun that I bought from Amazon. Do the same for the pieces number 2 and 3, and glue the 3 pieces together on these edges here. Next, cut the pieces number 4, 5 and 6, give them a slight curve in the direction of the corrugations, and glue them together that way. Glue this edge here on this edge over here. Then cut the piece number 7, give it a light curve in the direction of the corrugation, and glue it on the helmet here, flush with these edges here. Next, cut the pieces number 8 to 16, and glue the pieces number 9 to 16 on top of the piece number 8, glue the two number 9, flush with this little line here, the number 10 and 11 in the middle right here, the number 12 on its side on the line here, the two number 13 on the sides over here, the 14 and 15 on top of them here, and this little one that I proudly named Yoda at the bottom over here. Next, using thin uncorrugated cardboard like cereal boxes, tissue boxes or Amazon envelopes, cut the piece number 16, fold it on the red line over here, as well as on these small lines on each side over here. And close these two notches here and here. Glue this part on the top here, and glue the whole element on the side of the helmet over here, flush with these edges, and glue these two tabs on the sides here. Now with your precision knife, cut out the inside of this strap here, remove the cardboard as a whole, and glue it back deeper. Next, from that same thin uncorrugated cardboard, cut the piece 17, close the notch, and glue this edge here on this edge here in an angle. The same way glue the piece number 18 here, and the piece number 19 here. Next, still using that same thin uncorrugated cardboard, cut 8 pieces number 20, glue all of them on top of each other, and glue it here that way. Next, using the reversed pieces, make another one exactly the same way, and glue both of them together that way. Then cut 5 pieces 21, glue them on top of each other, and glue it in the back of the helmet in the middle here. Then cut several pieces 22 and glue them on the opening here that way. Next, crush the corrugations of the piece 23, glue one on the top of the helmet in the middle right here, and a second one on the back here, and cut what exits so that it fits the piece 21. Then glue the piece 24A on the top of the piece 23 here, but pay attention to make the tip of it overlapping in the front here. And glue the piece 24B on the back over here the same way. And do the same with the pieces 25A and 25B. Next, using your precision knife, remove the first layer of cardboard between these two red lines. And glue two pieces 26 in the remaining gaps that way. If, like me, you end up to have a hole here, just fill it with a small piece of cardboard.
So, to get rid of all of the imperfections, we're gonna apply a thin layer of a filler to smooth out the entire helmet. To do so, cheap speckle like that you'd find on Amazon will do the job just fine. And of course, you'll find the link to the one I used in the description box below as well. But if you don't have a filler paste and you don't want to buy some and you don't want to paint your helmet either, I recommend you to watch this video right here in the card where I show you how to make this helmet right here using only cardboard and paper without filler paste or paint. Of course, it won't be as good looking as this one, but you still have a very accurate helmet that you'll be very proud of at the end.
Apply the filler on the entire helmet. Don't hesitate to use a small tool like a tip of a knife or clay tools to define better the narrowest areas. Also, don't hesitate to use a brush with some water to smooth out the filler before it dries. That will make your life easier when sanding down later. And of course, sand the entire surface of it with sandpaper. To prevent these two parts from cracking up on these areas, add 2 small pieces of cardboard here to keep them still. To make the surface of your helmet even smoother and to get rid of the last imperfections, sand it again, but with a little bit of water. That should give you at the end a very smooth surface, which is gonna be very helpful for you to get a great result with the paint job.
So what do you think about The Mandalorian Season 3? Are you still enjoying it? I really love it, but I just think that some of the episodes are a little bit too short, but that's just me. How about you? Tell me what in the comment section below.
Now, before painting your helmet, color this part. Here, the inside, here, on both sides, and the inside here and here. To do so, you can use a black marker like that, or any type of black paint. I used a spray can black paint, and doing so, I realized that I was almost painting the entire helmet already with it, so I decided to just finish it completely with the black. But if you are using a black marker and the same mirror chrome paint as me, you really don't need to color it entirely, as the mirror cream you're gonna use later doesn't require you to apply a black primer first. I used this Go Chrome paint from Stardust, which is a fantastic paint with a very mirror result that you can apply with a brush like that or a hairbrush like this one. I'm gonna use the hairbrush because I have one and the result will be slightly better, but just a tiny bit. Oh, and also I almost forgot, apply some protection tapes onto the areas that we want to keep black. Then remove the protective tapes. And the 2 pieces of cardboard here. Now from that same thin uncorrugated cardboard, cut the piece 27 to make the visor. Make 2 large holes at eye level. Color it in black and glue on it a cheap one-way film that you can find on Amazon. Don't forget that you'll find all products and tools that I use in the description box below this video. And glue the edges of it inside of your helmet here.
I'm very happy with it. That comb is so impressive. It's a very mirror comb. It's not perfect, but it's very good. But if you're here, you're very likely looking for a way to make the Mandalorian costume, and I got you covered with that. Click this playlist right here to learn how to make his entire armor, all of his weapons, his jetpack, and even Grogu himself. And of course, subscribe if you feel like I deserved it, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next epic build with cardboard. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. And of course, subscribe.